Alright, what is up guys? It's Diego back in the video. Today I am here with some more news in regards to Dino Crisis. And yeah, this news is apparently coming from Capcom themselves because after months and months of waiting, it seems that we finally have something on the possible Dino Crisis remake or sequel that may be coming to the next-gen consoles. So as some of you probably already know, Capcom's issued new trademark filings on a few different games, most notably Dino Crisis. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the gaming industry as far as what happens in the background with things like this, but this is an apparent indication that Dino Crisis could be stepping into the first processes of development in the near future. Now, Dino Crisis is a game that's loved by many, and it was so popular it spawned 2 more sequels. And if you aren't familiar with Dino Crisis, it's basically a dinosaur survival horror game where the plot revolves around several characters that are forced to survive and fight during a dinosaur outbreak in a science facility on a remote island. The concept itself is very simple, but somewhat unique and original. Because as far as dinosaur games go, this is one of the few games that really had more of a sense of horror to it. When it comes to dinosaur games, you don't really see that too often. Yeah, dinosaur games are definitely intense and even thrilling sometimes with some elements of horror, but there really isn't a whole lot of general horror tied into games that are centered around them. If you guys haven't seen my previous video on Dino Crisis, you'll probably know that I didn't really get a chance to experience this game, mainly due to the fact that I didn't really grow up on older consoles. And by the time I got to that point of playing on those consoles, games like Dino Crisis were nowhere to be seen. So I fully support a Dino Crisis remake or sequel, along with several others in the fanbase. Now, the demand for a Dino Crisis remake or sequel is nothing new, as fans have been wanting this for quite some time now. In fact, it was thought that Capcom would reveal a new Dino Crisis game for next-gen consoles in the 2019 E3 convention, but that never happened. So I mentioned this in my last video, but basically the reason why fans thought it would be announced is because the 2019 E3 convention landed around the same time as Dino Crisis' 20th anniversary, and it would make sense if Capcom was trying to capitalize on any of their previous games around this time. It would be something like Dino Crisis. But again, it just never happened. And fans at this point were getting antsy. So much, in fact, a team of amateur game developers known as Team Arklay are currently in the process of creating a fan-made remake of Dino Crisis. Okay, so I just looked them up and apparently they released a new teaser of their fan-made game just a few days ago. So I'll show you guys that right now.
Bruh, 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 bruh.
Now, the game itself looks pretty good, but it still looks like it's a work in progress. They also released a trailer a few months back that I was going to cover, but I just never got a chance to. Of course, it was just development footage, so chances are it'll change by the time the fan-made game is fully released. But nonetheless, I'm excited to see what becomes of this project, and even if it doesn't become much, these guys are one of the reasons why Capcom would be pushing towards a new Dino Crisis game. So good on you guys. As far as, things go with Capcom, I'm not really sure where this project is going to go. Seeing how I feel like there would be like some copyright issues or legal stuff involved. But now that I think of it, there have been, fan-made Jurassic Park games. And if I'm correct, I don't think they really had issues with things like Universal in the past as far as, copyright and legal actions go. I think they've been fine. So a Dino Crisis fan-made game is still something I would definitely support and something I would definitely review or take a look at for the channel. Anyways, moving on, sometime after that, Capcom came out and said that they were planning on reviving dormant IPs after the success of Monster Hunter World, and immediately people suspected Dino Crisis as one of those IPs. Not a whole lot of things were revealed around that time, but there were plenty of speculation. And finally, here we are, with the news of the Dino Crisis trademark being filed by Capcom. Apparently they had been filed last month but are just now getting published, and when it comes to Dino Crisis, this is actually its second filing, as it was first filed back in February of last year and wasn't granted until December of last year. Not only did it take months for the last filing to be granted, but that was almost 2 decades before its last trademark was granted, which was in March of 2000. Man, Dino Crisis just takes forever on everything, doesn't it? Whatever the case may be, I feel like we're getting closer and closer to that new Dino Crisis game, and I'm very excited to see what happens. But that's pretty much all we have on this, so yeah, I think that's just a good place to end it. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this little Dino Crisis update video, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Dino Crisis updates and other cool dinosaur stuff I post on this channel. That's all I have to say for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please, have a nice day.